The caterpillar and Nadia. Nadia is not an ant, nor a caterpillar. She is a very beautiful young lady who was about to reach her 25th birthday. But the carefree girl will ultimately only have 24 monotonous autumns. It was written that way, predestined that way. Naturally, for a layman, no connection seems to exist between these three specimens of the female gender, vertebrate or invertebrate. Except perhaps in a little fable thrown into oblivion by La Fontaine. However, these very different creatures have a mysterious point in common, and this unpublished story, honorable reader, is far from being a fable. Kamel, Maria and Santana. The Moor, giving in extremis, the slip to death, ran as fast as he could. He who viscerally hated running away alone at night, ragged and feverish, wearing his boots from the 7 leagues, in rainy weather, through a mountainous, wooded, steep and winding path. Guided instinctively by a drum roll with a rhythm similar to that of Carlos Santana's Tales of Kilimanjaro, Zebop. Except that it was not Kilimanjaro, the Atlas or Mount Sagro, but far from the African continent, in the Sierra Mazateca, in the northwest of the state of Oaxaca, on Latin American soil. He who could not stand altitudes since he had in his arteries the call of the sea. The howling of a coyote, nearby, perfumed this atmosphere, to scare the puppets, with a touch of cinema. But how could I, damn it, get into this mess? The young professor was alarmed, distraught but cunning. Condemned, his soul damned, to joust for the salvation of his body. He did not know until then that because of the Moroccan Nadia, the traitress, his fate was drawing him to the casa of the Mexican Maria Sabina, the priestess. Let's start at the beginning. Oujda, capital of eastern Morocco. On the 30th of June, 1985. Adjusting the strap of a pale khaki canvas bag on his shoulders, Kamel headed towards the platform where the Maghreb Arabe, the train connecting Oujda to Casa, was purring, and as he boarded, he thought about the long journey he had to endure and felt a heaviness compress his heart. But endowed with a screaming optimism, he quickly chased these dark thoughts from his head and muttered, "Let's find a place first, then we'll see." After several minutes of pushing his way through the passengers and luggage, he finally found a seat in this crowded express, located between a dusty window and an old man with a rustic air. Shortly after, the iron oars started moving, tossing the teacher in all directions, while the constant noise of the rails and the jolting of the carriage offered him no respite. The hours passed slowly, each minute seeming to stretch into an eternity of fatigue and discomfort. So to relax, Kamel took a cushion out of his bag, settled in comfortably, took out a yellow Grundig Walkman, inserted a cassette of a sonata by Beethoven Ludwig, turned up the volume, immersed himself in reading a fiction novel, noticeably lasting the entire crossing. Finally, after a journey that seemed interminable to him, the train arrived at its destination. The professor got out, savored the few steps he took on the ground, then hailed a cab and called out to him, "Marif District, please,"